We're going to measure for our papers, and I did cut out a paper. You saw that I had a paper from the original book to get an idea of page size. And so let's check and see what that's going to be. So 7 to 12 is 5 3/8. 5, 13. Okay, so it's 8 1/4. 5 to 13 is 8. I mean, probably should just go ahead and be real. So we're 8 1/4. I'm going to add that little bit where it got torn. 5 3/8. So 5 3/8. This is that piece that was left over from the back. I don't want to write on that. I might want to use that. Here's my scratch pad. 5 3/8. 5 3/8. By 8 1/4. Okay, we'll just put it there. That goes back in there. Okay, and of course we'll be able to use the book page. So let's start. I am not coffee dyeing this time because I was using this, and this, I don't think this would coffee dye. And they didn't have any stamp pads at this one that I went to. So, okay, so let's go ahead and, this is, what is it? Sketch pad. And there's 40 sheets and they're 9 by 12. So, I will actually be able to go this way. Right? Nope. Nope, can't. Almost could. Okay. Okay, so sometimes, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Take the top off and see if that helps me be able to rip these off. Okay. Sometimes it does. Usually, actually, it does help. Okay, 1, 2. We're not going to use those first 2 sheets probably, but we'll save them for other. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4, 5, 6. That would be 24 pages. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then the yellow papers. Last night I went ahead and started folding some. So we have, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4 by 11, because they were 8 1/2 by 11. So I did some that way, and now I'm going to do a couple the other way. Again, I have a hard time with the paper going the other way, but we need the paper in the book. Oh, that one's got a funky corner. Okay. Okay. So let's put that back down. Bring out our cutter. with the thing. Okay, so now another thing that you can do, and I think I'm going to, let's start with this one. Okay, so where are our measurements? I should have taped it up here. 8 1/4. Okay, so the top to bottom, we definitely need to cut that. $8 1/4. If you have this one, make sure your thing is down or you might not be straight. Okay. So we're going to 8 1/4. Let's see if it'll let me cut two. No, it's not. 8 1/4. And 8 1/4. Okay, so that gives me the 8 1/4. Okay, now we're going to cut one. Okay, so for the full length, we go 5 6/8, which is what? 5 3/4. No, 10 3, excuse me. 10 3/4. So 5 3/8 and 5 3/8 is 10 6/8, which is 10 3/4. So we're going to go over here. And cut two of these down for this size. So we're going to 10 3/4, and my husband has started to mow the lawn. I'm going to do just, or actually he's edging, it sounds like. So we'll just do a couple of other things, and then we'll have to continue later. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to do is, I think, on one of these that comes from the edge, I'm going to go ahead and make a side pocket border here, just by coming in with the plain side. So I'm going to do one for each signature. We're going to make 2 signatures for this book. So we'll do one for each signature. Okay, so we have one of those and one of these. And these we can just go ahead and fold in half. Fold in half. Okay. And we'll start our paper pile right over there. Okay. And that paper pile there. And then this one, not quite in half. Go like that. Okay, so this way I have the border going all the way to the edge on this one, but the page that opens on this side will only be that much. Okay, so I'm using this to measure. I'm going to hold it down and have the border just a little bit on the inside. Come over here, fold this over, line it up, and fold. Okay, so that gives me a border one and a regular, and a border one and a regular of yellow for each book. And then these we need to come back and cut at the right size. Okay, so this one needs to be 8 1/4. So come down to 8 1/4. And we'll also save those. There's one. And there's one for the other one. Okay. So each of these signatures gets one of these. Now the other thing that you can do is measure your 8 1/4. So there's 8 1/4. And you can come up from the bottom and have a bottom pocket. Okay. So what I did there, come up, line it up in the middle. Okay. So that gives you a bottom tuck. Okay. There's one for that side. And then we're just going to use the same one to save time on measuring. Because everything that I'm going to do, well, not everything, but a lot of the things we'll do 2. Okay, the base parts of the signatures. And then it doesn't mean I have to use them. I just have them ready to use. Okay? So we have, that gives us 4 yellow sheets. And now we're going to move to the white sheets. The white sheets, we need to cut them down to 10 3/4. Okay. By 8 1/4. There's one. And if you have a big paper cutter, you're welcome to use that. I don't, I mean I do, but it doesn't cut straight. So I haven't figured out how to make it cut straight. I do the pull it in and it still doesn't cut straight. So one of these days. By 8 1/4. So I cut 2 that time. So this pile has 2. So I know this part's boring, so I'm gonna, okay, so next we bring out the other pieces of paper that we have that we might be using. And I'm think of those. So the next thing is, this is the cover, and it is pretty thick. We're going to put it aside. This is the cover from the book. I'm thinking it will make great tags. So next we have our calendar pages. So I'm looking through, and okay, this one looks like it would actually be able to be a page. That one, not so much, because it's so big. I'm looking for the easy ones to start with, okay? The ones that I can look at and go, yeah, that could be easily put in half. So, what do we say? 5 3/8. Okay. This is really cool. This has a center, and you can just go and go, okay. Yeah, I don't think we'll use any of those right offhand. But we have that one. And okay, this one, we can get the whole bird on one side. And this one, we can also split that one pretty easily. So what we need is 2 signature covers. Okay, so that is our next thing. And I know, because I've done this one before, that it works for a signature cover. And I did use this for the other signature cover. I just so that is a possibility also. Okay, this one, I don't think so. Okay, and this one, I don't think so. And actually, this one, I don't think it even matches what I've got going on for the most part. I think I'm going to pull this one out and use it. Well, it'll be right here in case I want it. Okay, so no. So these are the choices for our signature covers. And I think I want to use this one on the inside. I think I want to cut it here and use, that'll give me 2 pages. And then, okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. This time we know that we want the hole gone. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up. Okay. And yes, we are saving these little pieces. Then we are going to go ahead and figure out our one, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? We're going to just go ahead and fold this one down. Fold it. Fold it. Okay. Oh, yeah, we need to cut this a little bit straighter here. It's okay, because we're still in the, gonna have, it's still gonna be really long, okay? Now, we're gonna go ahead and measure to 8 1/4. 8. Sorry, you can't see this, but 8. We're going to use the fingernail method again. Okay, so I've just made an indentation there so that I can, I'm going to open it up and then fold it at that fold. So this gives me one for the other signature. So we'll have a pocket like this for each. We'll go ahead and add the glue. Eventually, it really is gonna come out. I know it is. Okay, there's that one. And Dorothy's barking. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back up. Go out to the sides. Hold it down, push it down. Whatever it takes. Okay, so now that gives us the one for the other signature. That one. Dry one. Okay, so now on the inside, let's see how many, we have a few of these left. I like this. Okay, so this one, if we were looking at this like this, okay, so 5, 3 8. Okay, so this one needs the bottom cut off. Remember, I just used the scissors and went along the bottom. Okay. And we come over here, and I'm measuring it at 15 3/8. I'm going to come down and go to 10, and that'll give me that. Okay, but I don't need, actually, we're going to go ahead and cut it at the 8 1/4. And I want the bird side to be the 8 1/4, so I'm going to make sure that the bird is on this side. 8 1/4. Okay. And look at there, that's going to give us a pocket or something. That'll be great. Okay. Now, come down and, of course, I cut off where, okay, 5 3/8, down to 10, mark it better. Okay, there it is. Okay, There we go. And I'm going to leave this one like this, but on this one, I'm going to go ahead and bring it over and make a side border pocket. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that this way, this side is full size, and then we come over and this one is like this. Now we might be able to come in and give this a pocket, but we'll see. Okay, so that gives us one for that signature. Now this I wanted to also cut up into a couple of different pieces, but first, again, we need to straighten up the bottom. And on this one, I'm not really going to measure. I'm actually going to go by where the tail of that bird is. Okay. And that's good. So I'm going to go down here to this line. But then see, I'm cutting off his feet. So I don't want to cut off his feet. So we'll go back to where the tail is. And that is where we're going to cut. Okay. We'll save his tail and save his feet. Okay. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to use that for. This one, I think, well, we'll go ahead and cut off the hole at the top, just because it bothers me. So that gives us a nice little thing there. And we're going to look and make sure that going to his beak, yep, we're going to be at least the 5 inches. We're going to go ahead, and this is going to be 1 page. And on this side, we are going to go ahead and fold this in. And this is going to be our other side. Okay? So we have that there. We'll have this, and we can go ahead and close this off. Okay. So that's going to give us a side pocket. And then on this one, okay, on this one, so this one we can go ahead and okay, let's make sure we are at the, yeah, we'll be fine there. On this one, we're going to keep this whole bird, and then we're going to go in and get the blue part, but keep the nest. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're good. Just have to make sure we're within that 5 3/4. Otherwise, it'll be sticking out. Okay. So we're going to glue this, and now we have a side pocket on this side. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. Now, This one needs a bottom. Okay, this one looks like it's going to need to be in the center. And the reason I say that is because the bird is so big. It's a big bird. It's a very big bird. So how can we have this be in the center? Well, one of the things we can do is we can go through and cut our, we want the bird on the 8-inch, 8¼ inch side. Eight and a quarter, right? Yep, 8¼ There we go. I'll save that. And then this should be 10¾ is what we want here on this side. So there's 10. So we'll just go ahead and we're going to take a little piece off over here. And since it's the middle, I'm going to take an extra 1/8 inch off. Because as the, or maybe not, I want the whole thing here. Let's go here. Okay. And then here. Well, I cut more off than I was planning. Okay, well, he's going to be our middle. So how much? So we lost the 3/4 inch on each side. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go right 5 3/8. And we'll have one side that will have all the way to the edge, and the other side will be open a little bit, and I may end up putting something on it to make it. This is by the seat of your pants, or my pants. I'm like going, okay, I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, so there. That is going to be the center of our signature. And okay, so say hi to the cover. It's still here. It's waiting its turn, patiently waiting its turn. And there's another bird, really, really similar. Really similar. Like, we'll do the same thing. Okay, next we have butterflies. And we probably should have had a butterfly as the center of one of the pages, because we have a couple of them. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So I think what I'm going to do here oops, I forgot to close that up there. Okay. We're going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm measuring this . Cut a little more off the bottom. Okay. I'm going to come in and I am going to cut this at 3.5 inches. I'm going to make a couple of 3.5 inch squares. Okay, and then I'm going to fold these, and these are going to become my tuck spots. They'll go in the corners. It'll be a corner tuck, and I'll decide once I get the paper which way the corner is going to go. And it'll come up and you can journal inside like that. So there's one. Again, 3.5 inches. Kind of like that, just like that. So I think we'll leave these, and knowing that they're squares, Okay, so next, and I want to remember that I have this also that I can use. So I just don't want to forget. So I'm going to put this here on the messy desk. So are we still filming? Yes, we are. Okay, here we go. Now I go ahead and I have my pile of papers. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to want that. I have plain ones. So these are the white. These are extra. Here's the yellow. Okay, so if I took this and then I put this, not that one, how about this one? If I put this one behind it, and I might be able to make this into a pocket, a tuck pocket. Okay. Then we have this. And I like to start from the inside out. Sometimes I start from going the other way. Okay. And I'm just randomly putting, want to make sure your birds are in the right direction. So I think I'm going to switch this out. I'm going to pull this one out and put the little one here. Call that a short page. Okay, so I did, this is supposed to be the cover. So we're going to pull that out. Put this here, but I want yellow paper next to the yellow bird. Yellow paper, yellow bird. Okay. Big paper. Go back, get this yellow, little yellow. I want the pocket. Okay. Oh, we have one that is not cut correctly. Surprising that there's only one. Okay, so let's, okay, that one gives us a side, full size, and this one gives us a little yellow. Okay, okay, so let's see what we have. So if we open it, then we have this short one, then we have this one that has this little tuck spot. You have the long, this one, short yellow with a pocket, the bird, calendar page, white page. I think we'll turn this one around because we just had a side pocket. I actually like it when they go like this, when you get that look. Not so excited about two whites in a row. Two white pages in a row, no. But white, yellow, white calendar, I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay, so the one thing is we have this yellow one that we're going to have to fix. How many pages this is? So there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is way too many, okay? I know from experience that that is going to be too many. So we're going to go and cut back to here. We're going to switch this one out with the plain. So we're not pocket, pocket. So there's pocket, plain, 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 pocket, okay, plain, okay. So we're pocket, plain, plain, plain. Oh, we don't have our, there, yellow on, we want that. That's, I know I want that. Okay. And that's a short one. You need a long. Are we getting rid of any? Or we keep them all? I got rid of 2. That's not, probably not, didn't get rid of enough. Okay. Pocket, plain, plain, pocket, plain, 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 plain. Okay. Got rid of 2 more. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now let's go this way. Plain, we have a pocket, long plain, plain, pocket. Okay. Plain. No, there's a pocket, pocket, plain, pocket, plain. Okay, so let's see. We're going to switch out the little one here. So we get a pocket on this side, like this. Okay. Okay. So we have birds. We have pocket. We have yellow, white, yellow with the pocket and the bird. White, big yellow. I wonder if we should have big yellow with the bird pocket. For reals, this is what happens. Okay. Okay. Like that. I like that page. Okay, so there's our first signature. Okay, but we do know that we need to fix this page. And we're going to do it before we move on because I'll forget and then it'll be in the book and be like, what the heck? It's just that little tiny bit. Okay. It's on this one with the bird page. Okay, so it's all in there. There's the first signature. And then we have the second signature. We have the inside. White. Yellow. Little. White. This one. Is this the one that's, yeah, this is the one that's off. So we'll be fixing that one. Okay, so where is the signature cover for this one? I guess we didn't make one for this one yet because I don't have any more papers left and it's not over here. So we use the birds on one and we've got birds on the inside of this one. I think we should use butterflies. Or butterfly. It won't work that way. And I cut this one, darn. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll go with this as the second signature. And I really like it. Okay, let's fix this one because it's gonna make me crazy. Crazy. Oh, crazy once. 2, 3. Girls don't. No, just anyway. You ever played that game? It's one of those repeating games that just, you say it and then you just keep repeating it. And it's really annoying. Okay. Okay, so we'll just fold this one. We'll get most of the butterfly on the front. And then we'll cut from the bottom because that way for the back of this signature we'll still have that flower up there. And we are 8 1/4. You okay with losing that much? How about if we go to there and then there. I'm better with that. Okay. So that is my cover for the signature. Okay. There we go. So that's going to be cool. I mean, we could do that because no, I like the birds. I like the birds. They're going to be the first thing that you see when you open this up. Okay. Okay, so we'll be back.